Here are the 5 most common mistakes that beginners make when taking pictures of landscapes. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around until the end.
What's up guys, this is Twisted Pix Team. Before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe.
Mistake 1. Auto mode. When you take pictures in auto mode, you don't have control of how your images are going to turn out. In other words, your camera is not at its peak performance and you're not taking advantage of your camera when you're shooting in auto. If you are the person who does this and you are just not ready to switch into manual, make your transition easier by shooting in aperture priority. On your camera, turn the dial to A or AV depending on the make of your camera. We made an entire video about the fundamentals of aperture. Click the card on the top right corner if you want to check it out.
Mistake number 2. Landscapes in a landscape. So you guys are probably aware of the two types of orientation, landscape and portrait. Most people usually think when you take pictures of a landscape, you must use a landscape orientation, but that's not always the case. In some scenarios, the composition and organization of the elements in the frame will look better with portrait orientation. Like this image of the CN Tower. Standing directly underneath it, taking it on landscape would make it look just like an ordinary skyscraper.
Mistake number 3. A tilted horizon. Many amateur photographers forget to level their camera relative to the landscape or subject. Even the slightest tilt when taking a picture in some situations will ruin the picture just because the horizon isn't straight. Some ways to fix this from happening is to use a tripod or rest your camera on a flat surface. When this is not possible, use your grid lines to align the image. If you still can't seem to put a fix to this problem, in your post-processing stages, you could use a straightening tool which can be found in almost all image processing softwares.
Mistake number 4. Rushing your shoots. It's common amongst most beginners to take a picture without being thorough. Take your time, set up the equipment, and enjoy the moment. But don't rush. If you take your time, you can explore different angles, find new vantage points, test different camera settings, and try new compositions to get the perfect shot. Try not to take images at eye level. What I mean by this is instead of taking pictures of what everyone would see standing up, try and tell a story by crouching down, getting on top of a bench, or maybe even lying down to create a different perspective. Create a new story. A great example of this is the image of the Toronto skyline. I spent about 2 hours waiting for the correct moment to catch the sun behind the skyline, which created a soft purple glare for the foreground and background.
Mistake number 5. Negative space or no clear subject. This is fairly straightforward. Check it out.
Some of you out there might have an interest in photography, but don't want to invest in a DSLR camera just yet. You will be glad to know that using a phone or any mobile device to shoot landscape is somewhat similar to using a DSLR camera. It's possible to change the ISO and shutter speed if you go to Pro mode. Unfortunately, mobile devices have a fixed aperture setting, so the f number cannot be changed in Pro mode. We'll be making a video on mobile photography in the coming future for beginner photographers.
Do you want to take more stunning photos? Please subscribe, like, leave a comment down below, and share this video with your friends. And we'll see you guys later. Peace.